Hello and welcome back to this video series on Kompozer. In the last two videos we discussed CSS, and just to remind you, if I click on the CSS icon, we spoke about elements of type, elements of class. In this video we're going to talk about custom style rules. If we check that and drop down box, we can see the internal style sheet includes the A active, A hover, A link and A visited attributes, and that refers to these hyperlinks here. Actually, a hyperlink is blue and underlined. We could change the style so that when we hovered over it with our cursor, the style would change, and if we were on an active page we could also change the colour. Usually that's purple by default. What I want to do is change the style of these links so that ordinarily they're red without any underlining. When we hover over them they remain red but become underlined, and if they're active or visited they just stay as normal red, which avoids us having multiple colours in our line, which it's not that attractive. So open up the style sheets and we want to create a custom style, and we're going to change the link to start with. Create new style rule. And the text, as I say, we want that to be Arial. We'll have it red. Okay. And we'll have no text decoration. Okay. That's still got the underline on there. Let's see if I can change that. Go back to the style sheet. The A link. The text. Text decorations. Click on none. Okay, and that removes the underlining. Okay, next we want to change it so that when hovered it becomes underlined. So go back to the CSS, create a new style, custom style rule, hover, create style rule, text, so also Arial, colour red. Okay, and we want this to be underlined. Okay, and there you can see when I hover my cursor over it, it becomes underlined. And finally, we create a new style for the visited, create style rule, and I want that to be Arial and red with no decoration. Okay, and finally we've done the link, we've done the hover, we've done the visited and the active. We wish to make that red too. Red, okay, Arial, no underlining. Okay, if we save that and take a look at that in our browser, okay, here's our links. So you see we change them to red, and when we hover over them that's supposed to be underlined, but for some reason it's not. Let me see if I can work that out. Nope, that's not working. Let me go back to our Kompozer page. Let's take a look at that style sheet. Okay, sometimes the issue is browser compatibility. Just because something works in Internet Explorer doesn't guarantee it works in Firefox, and vice versa. So in this instance, for a workaround, I'm going to change the attribute to the border. So I'm still on A hover, go to borders. I'm going to uncheck this box. All four sides use the same border style. I'm going to change the bottom border to a solid line, pixel weight of 1 pixel, and colour red. Okay, so that has the same effect as placing an underline, and hopefully that will work in all browsers. Okay, let's see, so that works okay on the Kompozer page. If I save that and look at it in the browser, Okay, yep. So there's just a little workaround to show you these things aren't perfect, and there are little nuances between browsers you have to be aware of and work out these workarounds. Now if I were to click on one of these links, let's say the Contact Us, that takes us to the Contact Us page we made earlier. And as you can see, because we never set any styles for that page, it's gone back to defaults, which is purple for the visited links. Go back to home, and you can see the styles are effect on the home page that we changed. So this would be a good idea to show you how we can use the same style sheet across the entire website. Okay, so let's close this down and go back to our Kompozer window. And if you look on the source code, remember I touched in an earlier video whereby at the top of the page, in between these style tags, was the actual style sheet, so to speak. And we really want our websites or our web pages to refer to these styles across the board. So what we can do, if we go back to our normal page, click on Cascades, and there's a little box here which says Export Style Sheets. So if we click on that, we can save the file as a style sheet. I'm going to call it style.css. So whatever you call it, it needs to end in .css. We'll save that. Now you see the change up there, which means it's no longer referring to the internal style sheet, but to this style sheet file that you've just created. Okay, and if we look at our source, at the top of the page, all that style text has gone and has been replaced by this link to the style sheet that we just created. Okay, so if we open up our other pages, the Contact and About Us page, open Contact, as you can see there's no style formatting on there. So to apply that formatting that we've already used, go to the palette icon and click on the down arrow, click on Linked Style Sheet, choose a file, the file being the style sheet we just exported earlier. Double click on that, click on Create Style Sheet, and you can see that's imported the stylesheet.css. Okay, and that's changed our style to match our previous page. If you take a look at the source code, and that refers to the style sheet there with that link. Okay, and also we need to change the About Us page. So we'll open up the About Us page, Cascades, Link Style Sheet, choose the file, double click on Style, Create Style Sheet. Okay, and we need to save that. Just a note while we're on this screen, next to the title is this red disk icon, which means what you're looking at isn't currently saved. It's just a little reminder there from Kompozer. So if we click on Save, that disappears. Contact Us page, click on Save, that's disappeared. So all our files are now saved and all the style sheets have been updated to point to that one single style sheet as our point of reference. So let's take a look at that in our browser. Okay, and we can flick between the Home, the Contact and the About Us, and we see that style sheet has been applied across the board. Okay, so let's close down these windows and take a look at what we've done over the course of these videos so far. Okay, remember here, this is the folder we created to contain all of our files and images, etc. So if we open that up, you see we created a folder called Images, and that contains all our images. We created a website we called Index. This is our main page or our home page, and this is the page that will load up when you type your domain name into your browser. And these are the other web pages we designed, and they all have links to and from each other. And this is the style sheet which is applied to these websites. So Any website templates you download will probably take this format, and you'll be able to understand, all being well, exactly how they work, and you can start creating your own masterpieces. So all that remains for us to do now is to upload these files to our own web host, and we'll discover more about that in the next video. So have a great day. I'll see you then.